U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis.
Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
Oh, he faked it with a jump. Now he's got some room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass, but in this case with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they get to him again. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sand.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now drive the starter with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up for the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll go again here with Akers. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
I'm not right. I'm not right.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Now back to throw.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check, man. Check, man.
They'll set up to throw. Going up top. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Gibbs will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown.
He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. A give running right is Akers.
A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Pass complete to Addison.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
The Vikings at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one caught by Isabella. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 33-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That ball complete to Isabella. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
Warrior 17. Panther 11. Panther 11.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. That is caught. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
19 Lions.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Caught left side, Williams. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Up the middle, here's Edwards.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal. There's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
Edwards.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
On the ready.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 1918.
They'll look to run with Edwards. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Gus Edwards. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions have taken the lead.
So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Now the try here for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
White looks to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The play fake, now White. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Beckham, the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Mustang 19. Street, street. 79 Broncos.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Down the sideline he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19 tight. Buffalo 18. Big Lion.
They'll look to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Call it a loss of 5. A good sack to bring up 3rd down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man complete. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll go with a keeper. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. And plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this 3rd quarter at their own 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the 2nd half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. They'll give this to Akers running right. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right.